first drive of the year.
That has to actually exceed expectations, doesn't it? Because most teams want to be a quick strike offense. They want to score as quickly as possible and run a defense into submission. What they have to understand is, while they got it done there, long way to go. Don't get discouraged if you have to run a few more plays on your next drive.
The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 43.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. Mustang 19. Top 19. Ready.
Richardson to throw off play action. His throw incomplete. He was trying to get it to A.J. Brown that time. And it's 2nd down.
Wallace there defensively.
Richardson looking to throw this. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. And they'll run on the inside handoff. The 20, 5, and he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. A great play there. 48 yards. And the Buccaneers are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Green Jack. Ready. Yellow. 20. Steel. Black. Set.
Young. Open man is Marvin Harrison Jr. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 22 yards there, a first down.
That's good for a Panthers first down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Edo blue. Fury yellow. Hut, hut.
Young to throw it. That ball caught by Harrison. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Big gains in succession. Last one was over 20. This one over 30.
Well, he reminded us that he was a 1,000-yard receiver a year ago as he starts off week 1 picking up right where he left off. He told us at the end of the preseason he was primed for a big year. He just gave us excellent evidence of his belief.
Black, 95, white, white. Slice, 97, cut, cut.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. 77 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start. Boy, some big runs here, Charles, already in this first quarter.
Yeah, if the lanes are there, go ahead and exploit them. But what I like the most, how decisive he is, putting his foot in the ground and going.
And he slings one that's incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
And he'll find his way down right around the 12. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
45, white, red, yellow, black shot.
Young to throw it. Caught by Snead over the middle. And he'll be brought down well short of the first at about the 9-yard line. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be 4th down. Young and the offense staying put. They're going to go for it.
Here we go. Here we go. 60 red. 60 red. Set. Huh?
Young throwing on 4th down. And it'll be intercepted. And the Bucs are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. I appreciate the aggressiveness trying to go for it there on 4th down, but you're in the red zone, had 3 points in your back pocket. Instead, Charles, they throw it away.
Certainly a big call to go for it on 4th down. As you said, in the red zone, definitely going to cost them 3 points, and we'll see how that affects the game as time goes on.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Now Richardson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
When the hitch route is run really well, that jab step off the line of scrimmage by the receiver, which is designed to back up the defender and give him a little bit of space, all you want there, get that space, catch the football, and then make a move and pick up extra yardage. And that's exactly what he got done there.
Cut 19. Cut 19. Mustang 19.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
Ready.
Now Richardson back to throw it. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Emeka Egbuka, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down.
Let's go. Rig alert. Cougar 19. 79 Broncos.
Now it's Richardson. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a 1st down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 23 yards on the play. With these run-pass options, we often talk about a good quarterback and running back. Well, having a talented wide receiver helps also.
Yeah, even coming in 3rd in the discussion, sometimes that means he really should be 1st, because all you want to do is get the ball in their hands and let them make the big plays downfield.
That's caught. Emeka Egbuka. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
Buccaneers, 1st down. A gain of 21 yards.
These two teams all tied after one. Second quarter now, and it's Buccaneer football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Pack After 60. Tackle 6.
On the option left, Richardson. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down.
A gain of 2. Brings up second and 8 at the Panthers' 12-yard line.
Bracco 80.
Richardson completes a quick one out wide. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers.
Touchdown.
An 11-yard touchdown. And the Bucs have taken the lead. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7.
14. Panthers 7.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you've got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
It's caught inside the 25. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A gain of 32 that time. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Hands it off out of the gun. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there, 2nd down.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
50, green.
Young will set to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Blaster, 10 black. Hut.
Young now. He'll try and do this himself. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
It's probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Ready, break.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Now Young. Snead's got it. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. Gibbs will try and pick it up. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48.
A gain of 3 yards. That's good for the Panthers. First down. First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Black Ultra. Set.
Looking to throw, Young. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's got this down to the 35. It's a Panthers first down, 17 yards on the play.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Blue striker. Ready. 52 Blues. Ready.
Young working out of the gun. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 27-yard line.
Set.
And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Yellow. 22. Red. Cycle.
Hey, check no more. Check no more.
Hut, hut.
Now here's Young. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Then their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Yellow. 43. Set. Hut.
Young. Young is intercepted for the 3rd time this game. And the Buccaneers force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
70. 79 Broncos.
Richardson looking to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. Open man is Ibuka. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. 2 yards to go, second down.
Ready. 60 Eagles. 60.
Here's Richardson to throw. Now he's going to step up and run. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 38-yard line. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Let's go.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
On first down, they'll go to the ground at 10. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Richardson. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13. And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. 18 Pioneer. Buffalo 18. Seven Pirates. Mustang 19. Ready?
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators. They sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I'll guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach. We can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
They'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Partner just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. So they come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
19. Ready?
Looking to throw. Richardson. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. After the sack here, 2nd and 11.
A loss of a yard. It's 2nd down.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
But what they're seeking with an RPO is space for the receiver to make a catch and then make a play downfield, but there wasn't any space available, thus the incompletion.
60 Eagles. 79 Broncos.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He'll try and do this himself. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll be touchdown here, but not before he does pick up the first. That one goes for 29 yards on 3rd down. Quick throw completed by Richardson. And he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it as he gets wiped out on that one.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. Not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
Well, there certainly was a lot going on that play. Every option in the end zone covered. No place to go with the ball. Had to swing it out to the back. A good job running and getting him tackled in the open field.
Cougar 19. Go.
Richardson on 4th down. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Emeka Egbuka, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Bucs are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Now the Bucs offense will stay out there as they'll go for 2.
The Bucs will set up.
Richardson going to try to run it. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. And the option play working flawlessly right there. What'd you think of the call?
Love the call. That's really football 101 to me. 2-point conversion, run quarterback option. That means he can either keep it himself or pitch it to a trailing back. That usually opens things up for an offense.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Taken down at the 42.
There's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And he'll be tackled at the 45 following a gain of just 2. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. He's done his part sailing past the century mark on the ground with rushing yardage, but his team, a different story.
Yeah, they're down big in this ball game, so sometimes you wonder to yourself, how much of that is him with a great performance, and how much of that is the defense just loose?
Man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Carolina. Adnan Mitchell, 42 yards. And the Panthers are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. And sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. Hey, it's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long, man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Two scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And they've got it. They recovered it. They hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. Well, CD, you understand. I mean, they're so eager trying to get back in this game here in the 4th quarter, but they touched that one a little too early before it went 10 yards.
Brandon, in such a high-stakes scenario, everyone's feeling the pressure on this play. The special teams coordinator, which one is he going to pick in terms of kicks? Can the kicker execute it? Can the team wait for 10 yards? So many variables, and in this case, they didn't get it done.
It's a gain of 16, first down Tampa Bay.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go. Bronco 80.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
Okay, break. Ready. Cougar 19. Trap 60, trap 6, 19 Lions. Ready.
Richardson looking to throw this. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time.
Ready. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Ready.
Richardson out of the shotgun. And he comes back with one complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 13-yard line. 19 yards there on the catch and run. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the fourth, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. If they continue to throw these safe passes, who can blame them?
Panther 11, Panther 11. Go.
And Richardson yet again. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Let's give a little credit to the defense on that one. They resisted quite well, and that pass fell incomplete. But this ball game for him, that's just a momentary speed bump. He's played awfully well throwing the football.
Throw left side complete. That's Brown. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. A.J. Brown from 13 yards out. And the Bucs are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth quarter lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Panthers 15. Kaimi Fairbairn set to kick off.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here. At home, no less. These fans just kind of beside themselves right now. Here's 2nd and 10.
At the 35-yard line.
Red, 38. Set.
They'll go again with Gibbs. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. 127 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's going on.
Let's go. Yellow, 22. Hut.
On 3rd down, here's Gibbs. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. It might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
Nineteen tight.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Richardson working from the gun. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. A 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, It's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
From the shotgun, Richardson. Oh, a first mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted. And I think the ball's out. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone came around a lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Straight ahead with Gibbs here. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
When the 4-3 defense is functioning really well, you know who stays what we call clean and no one gets to him? The guy playing the middle linebacker position, the guy we call Mike. That means the defensive front is eating up all the blocks and just let him go to the football and make a play.
They lost 4 there, and it's third down.
Here we go, set. 50, green. Set.
From the gun, Gibbs will get it. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a fourth down. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's fourth down.
Black 40. Set, cut.
They'll try and run for him. And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on fourth down. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. CD, this is the ideal situation, the fourth quarter. You come out here late, not much time on the clock with a comfortable lead, and put the final nail in the coffin.
Yeah, this offense, all game long, they've been powerful, they've been dangerous. You're exactly right. They can end this one on their own terms.
Here now, 2nd and 4.
Here we go, here we go. 19, charge, go.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. 7 yards there and a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. Back to throw. Richardson. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone.
7 Pirates, Cougar 19, 19 Lions.
They'll look to throw again. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. Their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one is over a long time ago.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line.
Bronco switch, Bronco switch.
1st and goal, Tampa Bay.
Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season,